builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. In this video I'm going to be reviewing my April budget as well as doing a reset for May. So this portion of the video is where I'm going to track how much our monthly savings came out to be, how much we saved in the emergency fund, household, transportation, investing, to see how much in total we pulled out in cash in April, how much we gave for our tithe in April, and then we'll total all our bills and see if we had anything left over, see what's going on. I like doing this every month, and it's actually helping me to stay accountable and stay focused on the money and making hopefully wise moves, being a good steward over it. So let's go ahead and get started. We have not paid May's rent, but we do have $1,400 set aside for it. So I'm going to write that in here and see if I can zoom you in just a little bit so we know you're not too far away. And I'm going to talk through this in real time, so I hope you enjoy the video. So let's go ahead and calculate the bills first. $1,400 for May's rent was saved. $171.90 went towards Geico and YMCA. Then our PSEG, our electricity bill was $37.13. 2 Allstate policies, we transferred $69 over for those. Spectrum was $84.99. Metro by T-Mobile was $131. National Grid, was our gas bill, was $575. Please excuse my voice. Okay, our first food offering was $60. So $19.59.77 was the total of our bills for the month of April. So we came under budget by $15.23. That's nice. Not over, but under. Okay, good. Then the emergency fund. This is where I'm going to do it in real time. So I'm going to flip open my annual budget workbook, and I'm going to go paycheck by paycheck to see what happened. So in the first week, we saved $13. In the second week, we saved $50. Okay, I hope you can see that. In the third week, we saved $25. And in the last week of April, we saved $30. So that's $118 that we saved. That's not too bad, not including the side income. And I always do side income separately. So $118, which means we saved $13 more, which is nice. Okay, household, we had, let's see, nothing saved in the first week, but in the second week, nope, nothing in the second week either. I think we didn't start until the third week. Okay, in the third week of the month, we saved $24 in household. And then in the last week of the month, we saved $86. So that's $110, which is what I think we had budgeted initially. So, yep, $110. So, good. Transportation, we were to save $190. So let's see if we actually did that. All right. First thing is transportation. Nothing was saved in the first week. We saved $40 in the second week, and then $25 in the third week. So 40 plus 25. And then finally in the fourth week or fourth paycheck, we saved $125. So that's $190. So we did save the $190 that we said we would, which is awesome. So I'm going to write $190 here, and there was no difference. Investing, we were to invest $100. I'm pretty sure we did that because I've been consistent with that $25 per week. So 25 in the first week, 25 in the second week, 25 in the third week, and 25 in the fourth week. That is $100. So that's good. No variance, no difference there. We saved $13 more in the emergency fund, so I should be just adding $505 plus 13, which should give me $518 of what we saved. So let's subtract the 118, the 110, the 190, the 100. Okay, so we saved $500 $118 in the month of April. I'm glad that we were $13 over budget for that. Now cash. I pulled out cash every week, and I think I just did $100. First week was $100, second week was $100, third week was $100, fourth week was $100. So that's $400 in cash that we pulled out. And our giving, our tithe, I should say, $80 in the first week, $88 in the second week, $80 in the third week, and $80 in the fourth week. So that's another $160. So $328 is what we gave. So we were $8 over for our tithe. We gave more than what we planned. All right, I'm zooming again. Sorry for those if it doesn't, I want you to see, and as I work through this. So $728 is what was the cost of our miscellaneous, so our cash expenses and our tithe for the month. So now we can figure out if we have a zero-based budget. I didn't talk about the income yet. Let's get into that. I don't know what's going on with my voice right now. So $800 in the first week, $875 in the second week, $800 in the third week. So $800 plus $875 plus $800 plus $800, not including that $4 balance forward I did have in the last week. So $800, that's $32.75. So $75 more in income. And I know already that was from Ibotta, because I pulled $75 from Ibotta to use towards our income in the month of April. So we actually received $32.75. That looks wonky. So let's take that $32.75 and let's subtract the $19.59.77 for the bills. Let me zoom out so you can see the calculator. And then $518 for savings, minus $518. And then $728 for miscellaneous, $728. What? $789.95. Did I do that right? $32.75 minus $19.59.77 minus $518 minus $728. Okay, that's better. $69.23. $69.23. Okay, I think I see where that is. Let me write that number down before I forget, because we have a remaining $69.23. Wow. Okay. So we put 10 cents into our family savings in the first week. We had $66.88 went to pay back the credit card and some other savings in the second week, and that's $66.98. Okay. And then what else did we do? We had a balance forward, but that was $4. I can't really count that in. All right, I'm not mad at that. I'm not going to work on finding out where that other, let me see, $69.23, $2.25. Okay, $2.25 in the fourth paycheck went towards next month's bills. That's where it went. Okay, so all in all, the $2.25 that went to next month's bills, that was extra. The $66.88 in paycheck number 3, that went to paying back the credit card for some things and some additional savings, and then 10 cents went to our savings in the first week. So that's where that $69.23 went. So it is accounted for within the budget. So that's nice that we had extra money to put towards some savings. I like that. That's encouraging to see. The numbers don't lie, you guys. Okay, so the actual income was $32.75. I'm going to fill out this budget check as my extra checking on the budget, on the numbers. The bills were less than expected, $1959.77. Savings was $518, and miscellaneous was $728. So the percentages of the income So what I do here, I will take the amount of bills that we actually paid and divide it into the income that we actually received. So $1959.77 divided into 3275, multiply that by 100 to get a percentage of 59.8%. That's a big amount went towards bills. Okay, and 518 went to savings. So 518 divided into 3275, multiplied by 100. That brings us to 15.8 or 15.2, no, 15.8%. So 15% of this went towards savings. And then 728 was miscellaneous between giving and cash. Divide that into 3275, multiply by 100. That brings us to 22.2%. So that's what this means. 22% of this income went towards giving and cash spending. 15% of this income went towards our savings, and 59% went towards our bills. That's a big number. So thank God we're still saving, and we saved a little bit more. All right, and that's it for the monthly budget. I also need to check on what we said we would do for our top 3 goals. Now, I said that I want to stay 100% on budget, save for transportation and household, and no miscellaneous spending. Well, we failed on the no miscellaneous spending because we sure did that and had to pull from other savings accounts to pay for all of those things. We did stay on budget though, because we came under for these. If we were over for bills, then that would have been a little stressing, but it's not. Monthly savings, we did save more than we planned, so that's always a good thing, even if it's just a few dollars. And we gave more this month than initially planned, which is always a good thing from our budget. Next, we were to eat more at home than outside. And I actually taught my son, my oldest son now is making breakfast for us during the week. So that's a plus. And I'm really grateful for that. My youngest son is now helping me with the eggs. The baby, the 3-year-old, he's helping me like scramble the eggs and things like that, get them ready. So I'm going to give myself a second check for that. And then my middle son, he kind of helped with it. Like he helped me season chicken in the past 2 weeks, twice. So he helped season the chicken wings so we can cook them. So that's a good thing. So I feel like we were doing more together as a family, and it kind of helps that you set goals like this, because not only does it help your budget so you don't spend as much on eating outside, because outside is very expensive right now, but it also helps bring the family together a little bit. So I had some one-on-one time with each of my children, and I'm having it more and more so that we can help them learn things. So that was good. My husband and I had a very beautiful date. It was just one this month, but it was still very, very beautiful. I loved it, and I'm just so grateful that we had that time together, to talk and to go over things and just spend quality time. So increased side income, I was to earn at least $28 a day. I didn't do that. I worked my apps. I got, a little bit more from some of them, but I still need to work on this some more so I can contribute to my household's budget more than what I have been. So I'm just going to put an X there, and I'm going to continue to work on that. All right. So our vision board, quickly, we did save $118 in the emergency fund. So we reached that goal. Start a new beauty routine. I did start exfoliation. I have not done an at-home facial, so I have to mark that out. I didn't buy this old Henriksen. This I know I purchased from Sephora in previous years, but I haven't been there in like 5 years. So I haven't gotten this yet, but I did start a new morning and evening routine. So I'm going to say yes to that, and I still have more work to do. For spiritual, continued daily partnered prayer. We've been doing that. I did teach my children 2 new scriptures for each of them. And my middle son, he loves this now. He is praying this every single day. And, I'm just so grateful. So I'm going to put a heart here to signify, yes, we did that. So I'm so grateful. Try one new meal each week. I think we didn't really try new meals, but I helped to teach them how to make meals. So I'll just give myself a check there because I wanted my children to be able to learn something. And especially my teenager, like he's got to start cooking on a regular basis. So that was it. I think I did pretty well with these goals on my vision board. So I wanted to share that with you all. And hopefully that encourages you, because I don't want to just write goals and write down a vision and not check up on it. I don't think, even though the scripture says write the vision, make it plain, like write down what you're doing, like make it simple, make it understandable, make it easy to follow, but you have to check up on it. You have to execute. So I don't want to just write these goals and it's all nice when you write them out and, and you talk about it, but are we actually doing it? That's the important thing. And these are all tied into the budget because I had to spend money for my beauty items to do this. And I had to spend the time, and then also need to make sure we're still investing for the future and paying ourselves first, right? All right, so that was it. I think that was it. I didn't do a brain dump. I only had a quote here from Maya Angelou: "Every storm runs out of rain." Yeah, that's the only thing I had on my brain dump page. So I think that's it. We did pretty good with $69 left over. Although we spent it, I found out where it went. So that was pretty decent. We stayed on budget. I would give myself an A. For our operating account, we ended April with $1,480 in there. That's it for me for the April budget closeout. Hey legacy builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. So in this video, I'm doing a May budget reset. I've already closed out my April budget, so I'm going to be sharing that clip with you so you can see how every category lined up for the month, you could say. I just wanted to make sure that we saved what we said we would. We hit our goals and all of that. And then I'm going to talk to you about May. So this first clip is all about what we decided to budget with and how much we're going to be spending on bills, how much we plan to spend, what goals we have, what events are coming up in the month of May that we need to spend money on. So the very first thing is our income, right? Let's start there. Why not? So we're planning to use $3,200, and that breaks down to $800 per week. So if you know me, I love setting up a monthly budget, but I also do budget by paycheck. It just gives me more control over the money that my family is using to budget with. And so I'm going to keep doing that as a way to stay motivated and stay on top of things. So the first line item that I planned out for is our tithe. So we plan to give $320 at least in the month of May. And then we have bills that total $1,975. And I always round up on some of these bills. Some of them may be less for the month, but I feel like I have to give ourselves a little bit of a cushion just in case something goes up again. Because our internet bill went up by maybe 30%. Then our gas bill went down significantly. But again, we just want to make sure that there's enough to cover if anything increases. So our rent is at $1,400 right now. Geico is at $74. YMCA is our family gym membership. That's at $98. Our electricity bill is $50 budgeted for the month. We planned for $69 for our life insurance policies. It's a little bit less, but again, I always round up to the next whole dollar just because whole numbers are better. Spectrum is $85. That's our internet provider. Metro by T-Mobile is $135. They're actually a little bit less, but I'm going to keep it there for now. National Grid is our gas company for cooking gas and heat. That's $4, which should be $5. I should change it because I know that they're going to charge a fee to pay with a credit card, but I left it at $4. I know I should increase it though. Our first fruit offering is a special offering we give every month, and that's $60. So that means our bills / that giving opportunity is $19.75.
And then now in the month of May, we have 2 birthdays. So 2 of my sons are going to be turning a year older. So we're planning to put aside $200 to buy them a gift or just to celebrate with them. Hopefully we can take care of that within that $100 for him. And the other $100 is for my oldest because he has pretty expensive taste when it comes to clothing. So we told him we would pick one thing from the list of things he gave us that he said he wanted, and hopefully that will be within that $100. Plus, they are going to have their own spending money. So should we go out to eat or something like that, they have money that they can spend on whatever they would like. Cash, we plan on pulling out $600 in the month of May to stuff some envelopes and do some savings challenges. So I've increased the amount of money we're going to pull out each week because, again, I think it helps us take more charge over our money. And it's a fun way, and it's a motivating way to save for things that we need in the future. Like building our account cushion is very important to me. Making sure we have money to pay ourselves if, my husband has to take off from work for a week and maybe he doesn't have vacation time or any kind of PTO. We have our own money we can pay ourselves. So that's important too, which is why I'm saving that in cash. And of course, our children will get some of that money for their own spending and stuff like that, and trips and things that come up. For our purpose funds, you may know them as sinking funds. We're going to pull out $105 for those. So that's how we broke down the paycheck. Trying to keep it, not the paycheck, but that's how we broke down the budget for the month, and that's how I want to keep it. So bills $1975, savings $905, tithe $320. So that's that. I want to talk about the goals also that we have for May, because it's always good to set goals. We need to save $200 for the birthdays. We need to stick to the budget, and we need to trust God's plan. It's that simple. For my vision board, I didn't do a whole lot for May. I just wrote out some things that I feel are important to remember. Have zero miscellaneous spending, because we're actually starting to build up that miscellaneous savings account so that when, random things do come up, we know how to pay back the credit card right then and there. Especially because summer is coming up soon. Like May is like the transition month between the end of the school year and then, it's going to be vacation time. It's going to be laxing time. You want to go to the beach. You want to go to the theme parks and, things like that. So we want to make sure that we have zero miscellaneous spending so we can save more ahead of summer vacation. I need to be devoted to high quality family time, not just quality family time, but high quality family time for each of us. Individually, my husband and I, we need to spend time with the boys individually, teaching them how to pray more and teaching us how to empathize and sympathize with each other more. So that's something that's really important to me. Prayer every day at 12. And I wrote this quote that is famous from Finding Nemo: just keep swimming. So just keep moving, trust God's plan, and just keep moving. All right, now the calendar was set up really, really nicely to me because it's very simple and to the point. I wrote out all of the bills that are due on the days that they're due so I can remember. There are actually 4 paydays in May and not 5, but I did highlight that last week from the 28th of May through the 3rd of June, that's going to be June for me. So that's going to be the first week of June officially. I marked the birthdays, and then I wrote in my little to-do goals and affirmations section, which I think everybody should use so you can remind yourself every time you look at your budget calendar, oh, these are the things I'm focused on this month. Because it's easy to get carried away with the things that life does and happens in the month, because we can set our plan, but the Lord orders our steps, right? So I always like to write something here. I just reminding myself of the birthdays we have to save for. I have to schedule pediatrician appointments for the boys. And then I have to revamp my youngest son's routine, just making some slight changes to help him along. And that's pretty much it. That's the calendar. So I think we went over everything. I also did a brain dump just because I had a lot on my mind and I really need to get it onto paper. So the first thing is considering homeschool and revamping how I teach my children at home. I don't know fully if homeschool is feasible for us right now for a lot of different reasons, but I definitely need to start thinking about, or trying to make some changes to how I teach my children at home. Day dates are important. I need to find a way to increase that in the budget. We have 2 birthdays, again, pediatrician appointments, and some new toddler books. There's some books that we need because our library is full of different books, but you've kind of been reading the same books for a long time, and I need to change some things. And I'm considering changing my toddler's diet. So I needed to get those things off of my head or out of my head and onto paper. And that's pretty much it for the month. We went over my brain dump. We went over the calendar, the vision board, the 3 goals, and the numbers itself. Now, each paycheck for the month of May, my top priority is to focus on scripture. So I'll just show you what that is. Proverbs 21:20, a wise man saves for the future. Proverbs 10:22, the blessing of the Lord makes one rich. Proverbs 10:4, diligent hands bring wealth. And Deuteronomy 8:18, it is he who is giving you power to get wealth. So those reminders are important for me. And as always, I'm going to track all of my expenses in the operating account when I close out budgets and make my money moves. And then I'm also going to track all of our credit card charges, which should be minimal because, again, 0 miscellaneous spending in the month of May. Being intentional about having fun for the birthday, sticking to that budget, and taking charge of our lives in a healthier, wholesome way. I hope that makes sense because I feel like spending high quality time together helps our budget too, because it helps our children understand that we are on a journey right now and we're trying to make it better for their children so that they don't have to go through some of the things that we are. They don't have to rack up credit card debt. They don't have to take out several $1,000s in student loans. They can be more focused on their health and their spiritual health and, their physical health more than just, all of the fancy things that social media in the world presents to us. We want to be whole and wholesome. So hopefully in May, we make that happen. Of course, all the financial things too. We're going to be tracking those and I'm going to be sharing it every week like I always do. So that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed my May budget reset, along with my April budget closeout. I know it might have been a longer video than normal, but if you were able to follow along, I appreciate you. If you stayed all the way through the end, I appreciate you so very much. Continue to mind your money, you guys. Manage it well and live your lives abundantly. Bye for now.